Bruce, let's start at this decision. Why did Jim Tressel decide he needed to resign at this point?
David, I think it really comes down to it had to be in the best interest of the program after all that had been gone on with Jim Tressel, lying to the NCAA multiple times, playing ineligible star players, knowing their eligibility had been compromised for a whole season. Those are heavy offenses, and that with the Ohio State going to come before the NCAA Committee on Infractions in August, I think this was going to be the only real way that Ohio State was going to be able to move forward and not get completely hammered by the NCAA, was to say, look, you know what, we brought these offenses out, and we also, the guy who almost all of this can be traced back to is no longer our coach, so don't go quite so hard on us. I think it was a move that was expected, although just the finality of it is still, pretty stunning to see that Jim Tressel is finally out as Ohio State's head coach.
It is such a jarring contrast. We're used to seeing Jim Tressel up there at the news conference with the sweater vest, considered such a man of integrity for so many years, and then all the revelations over the last few months. What does all this say about Jim Tressel in the end?
Well, I think it's going to be attached to his legacy, and fair or unfair. I mean, these were significant things that, bad decisions that he had made, and I think it goes back to that old line: "It's not the crime, it's the cover-up." When all of this detail started leaking out, initially Ohio State had that kind of press conference. It seems like such a farce in early March, where they had talked, Gordon Gee, the president, had joked when he was asked if he was considering firing Tressel. He said, "I hope he doesn't fire me." And they talked about a 2-game suspension. And I think once people realize the severity of this, I mean, lying to the NCAA is a big deal. Des Bryant got sat down for a whole year. And people I know at the NCAA say players are not held to the standard, the same standard that coaches are. It's an even higher standard. You have that. You have the playing ineligible players for a whole season. And those are going to be things that were going to be really hard for Ohio State to get around and to move forward now, because who knows if he was going to be suspended for 5 games. Who knows if he was actually going to be able to ever coach a game there before. I think this cloud was going to be hanging over the program for quite some time.